Welcome. Welcome to the live session. Tokyo Live, very important day, Wednesday, pardon me, Thursday, I think. Yeah, today's Thursday. So there will be quite a few news coming on dollar. Uh, looking at I was looking at the euro dollar, we can see that this market trending on euro USD, which is basically in a very strong downtrend here. We can see from here there is a drop, pullback, another drop, pullback, another drop, pullback. So the market is forming series of lower high and lower low, which is basically a very strong downtrending market structure here. And in that downtrending market structure, what we can see that the price basically, if you guys closely look at it, you can see there is a 1 hour cross here. Also XAUUSD will be going to that XAUUSD, but at the moment what I see that euro dollar trending, the trend on euro dollar is very strong. What you can see that 1 hour just candle closed on euro USD, and this is the 1 hour price action. We have seen that after this big drop there was a narrow doji formation on euro dollar, and this narrow doji is quite significant. As we can see, the market basically after this big drop form a narrow doji, and with that narrow doji we might see that what I think that euro dollar after initial pullback we could see trend continuation, as what is dropping is likely to drop. That's the nature of trading. So if we look at here, what we can see that this is a, from here there was a, probably you have seen yesterday, there was a multiple liquidity gap, has brought the price back to the support, and again the market is trending. So that's might keep that price to drop. And if we look at later today coming up quite a few news on dollar, so we might see that in that situation the market might have a downside momentum in that area. So at the moment what we can see, if I look at the 4 hour perspective, we see there is a 4 hour candle close just, and we can see that after this narrow doji, which is basically a potential liquidity candle, we have seen another red candle, and we see that here also there is a bearish candle formation. So we can see the market basically having a very predictable strong downtrending market structure at the moment. And in that downtrend we see series of lower high. We can expect for this market to return to the downside to support level. And with that being said, what we can expect here on euro dollar for the market to trend with a stronger momentum. We'll see that how far it might be going. And in the meantime, I would appreciate if you guys are here, let us know in the live chat, and also give a thumbs up. Good morning. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the live session. Is it a bit bigger sound? Okay, so from the lower time frame, we can see that euro dollar basically, this is the 1 minute chart. We have seen a head and shoulder here, and with that head and shoulder, the market trending towards the downside on euro USD. This is a resistance line here on euro dollar. And with that resistance, what I think that we might see the price ultimately dropping down to the support or breaking below, expecting for the market to drop down. This is an important support here. So euro dollar, if we see that if we see a breakup structure here, we can look for potential selling on euro USD. Would like to see how far the market might be going here, and with that movement, there is a bearish engulfer here as well. We can see that on euro USD, and with that bearish engulfer, I think the market might remain to the downside. It's a very narrow gap here. We could look for potential entry if we see price action confirmation. And welcome, Kuchanor, good morning. Everybody, good morning. Francis, thank you. Selmina, good morning. Thank you very much for joining the live session. So let's look for the best setup. And also, guys and girls, if you are enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up. And I would appreciate if you take it to the same as the view. If you push that like to the upside. Thanks for your support. And here what we can see that looking at the lower time frame, again looking at the 30 minutes chart. Okay, so you can see that here is this is a resistance line. So we this is the 1 minute chart. If we see that a breakup structure to the upside, we can look for selling. So we'll be waiting for a breakup structure potentially towards the upside, and then we can look for the selling opportunity in that area. See how far it might be going. And it is important that always we follow the trend. So if we look at the daily chart here, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily price action. There was a series of lower high every single day the market was forming, and with that series of lower high formation, the market basically it's a complete breakdown, very strong downtrending breakdown on euro dollar. And if we look at the monthly chart, we can see that this is the month that has a big drop, and that drop might lead that price back to the support. And if we look at the monthly, we can see that from this level, this is a resistance line, and the market managed to break below. With that with that breakup structure, we might see that the price again coming back to this support level here, so which is an important level of support. If we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action where there is a drop here on the weekly, and with the drop, what we can expect for the market to come back down to the support level. And this is an important level of support, which is basically a high liquidity zone. And if we look at the 4-hour perspective, where we can see along the way, and especially when I look at the trending market, what do we look at is, if you look at the high of those candlestick pattern, what we can see that along the way, quite a few candles. Now you can see there's a liquidity flow in that area, uh, and also there is another liquidity flow in that area. So two important zone that we can see here. We saw that there was a strong drop from this level, and also there is another strong drop. So two important liquidity zone has given a stronger momentum here, and we can see the market basically in that dropping in that direction. And with the drop, what we could eventually see that further continuation. So that's what I'm looking to see, that if the market managed to break, then we can look for if we see that breakup structure to the upside, we can look for potential trend continuation in that area. See how far it might be going. Okay, so here we can see the market basically um, there's a long doji formation, and with that doji, this is an upside bias in that area. Okay, looking at the 5 minutes on euro dollar, we can see that this is the 5 minutes candle. Here it's showing potentially bearish. Looking at the lower time frame price action from 5 minutes and the lower time frame, we can see the market forming series of lower high in that area. And with that series of lower high formation, expecting for the price to to drop in that direction to create a new lower low. At the moment, we can see some potential upside bias might happen. If that's the case, then we might find more liquidity, and then we can expect for the market to drop in that direction. So from the 1 hour, we can see that a doji formation. You can see series of lower high again in that area. And with that said, 1 minute chart, we can see the market basically forming also long week candles in those areas. And with those long week candle, we can expect for the market to drop. What I think that we might see that, if you look at here, it's in a consolidation pattern, expecting it to revert back to the downside. So we can see that the euro dollar is in a downtrend. I will be looking at now XAUUSD to see this instrument. Also, we have seen that there was a breakup structure, and then the market again trying to bounce. So this is also currently in a very strong uptrend. As we can see, this is the 15 minutes candle. I think it's forming another liquidity candle on the 15 minutes chart. So we can say that on XAUUSD, there's a 15 minutes liquidity candle formation, and that might lead that price to potentially bounce to the upside. So looking at in this area, we might see some potentially upside bias on XAUUSD in that area. Uh, okay, so looking at the 15 minutes perspective, we see there is a candle formation on the 15 minutes, which is basically for me a potentially bullish market structure. So with that candle formation on the 15 minutes perspective, with a 31 pip stop loss, I will be looking for with a probability to bounce with that momentum. With 32 pip stop loss, I'm going to open buy on XAUUSD. This is must be highly advised only to open in a demo account with proper risk management. So I'm long on XAUUSD. So with that long, what I am expecting on XAUUSD, as you guys can see that there is a liquidity flow here. So now this indicator helps me to understand a potential liquidity flow. I use that also. It's available for the members in the academy. I will be later explaining how you can get access to that as well. It's just a helping tool. It's not any kind of thing that you can fully use, but it's helped me to make more informed understanding of which way the market or the liquidity is flowing. Guys, keep in mind that liquidity is the fuel of the market, and if you understand liquidity, it becomes much easier for you to understand how the market moves. We'll be discussing more in depth on understanding how to trade based on liquidity. And to understand more, also you can check out the website, visit www.forextradingwizard.com to, if you want to trade based on the strategy that I'm trading here. You can look for the link below this video. If you want to trade with liquidity, visit www.forextradingwizard.com, where you can be part of the trading community. If you have any question, you can ask, and we'll be discussing more also in this live session. As you can see, learning it takes a little bit of time, and it's not a one-day job, but when you focus on learning, definitely it helps to learn and grow as a trader. Now, in the meantime, we'll be looking for some pip here. Let's see, but must be with proper risk management, as the market formed that liquidity candle here, which is basically a flow of potential liquidity. It's in my opinion. Okay, so in trading is all about opinion and probability. There is nothing certainty here. So therefore, here I think that there is a liquidity grab, as long experience that what I have seen, and expecting the market to bounce to the to this level at least. It may continue to drop if if the big boys is still hungry for more liquidity, then it might happen. But at the moment we have seen that, and we'll keep that. And also there is a later today there will be a very high impact news coming, as you know that. We'll be covering that as well, so make sure guys you stick till the end of this live, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel for the next one coming up. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so what's that liquidity flow? So try to understand here. Okay, so some movement is to the upside here. We see there is also, this is the 1 minute chart, also there is a liquidity flow here, and you can see that there is a potential bounce. If we look at the daily, yeah, so this is where expecting for the market to remain bullish. We'll see that how far it might be going up depending on the situation. You can see the market trying to had a bounce from this level.
Thank you and good night. Thank you and good night.
You're welcome, but still not good night for me. I'm
Thank
still
you.
working. Thank you. Okay, now we can see the market basically, yeah, we can see some upside bias, expecting it to revert in that direction. Okay. Okay, now here we are long on XAUUSD. Anyone, how many of you are running this trade here? Thank you. Morning, sir. Welcome. Good morning. First time here. Let's see. Gbpusd now. Welcome. If you're first time here, then definitely I would recommend you to stick till the end and make sure you subscribe. Use all the link in the description for your progress as a trader. And yeah, always enjoy. Make sure guys always do the risk management. If you're not sure about how to do the risk management, also you can discuss on the live chat. You can talk about that. Good afternoon, good night, thank you very much. Good morning, welcome. Cherry from Texas, good morning to all. Thank you, Cherry, welcome. Okay, okay, here what we can see in this area, this is where this is a pretty strong bounce on XAUUSD at the moment, and that bounce expecting it to that improve in that direction, which is basically potentially potential uptrending market structure. The secret here, keep in mind guys, secret here is to understand the probability. Understanding probability is a key to be profitable as a trader. Do you have any idea about the probability or any confusion about the probability? You can discuss on the live chat. We can see some upside here on in terms of pip, and which is basically 20 pip moving up in that direction. And yeah, also we need to know the reason behind the trade, right? So which is another very important aspect of trading. Okay, reason is very important, not only in trading, that also reason is important in terms of living a life, isn't it? Because most people, majority of them, live what he calls a mediocre life, which is following the flow and then doing exactly it's said to do. But when you do something based on reason, you actually creating a space in your mind that can work with a higher energy level. When you act or work based on reason, then your action become more refined and align with the that intention that you have, because it is also important that to a clear intention. Okay, so intention creates the results, nothing else. So if you know clear, if you know your intention very clearly, the result will come accordingly. So that's why reason is very important in terms of even in trading. So if we look at in terms of trading, we can look at the reason for entering the trade, right? So here we are looking at the price action confirmation. So if you look at the 15-minute chart, this is the reason for this trade. We see that according to my indicator, I see there is a liquidity flow here. Okay, so what is a liquidity? Liquidity is the fuel of the market. So smart money trade based on liquidity. So when you see that the market, basically you can see there is a narrow doji, it has crossed that low, and then there is a back to back two important candles. This one is one, these two are very important candle, and below this level there is a high liquidity. So what does it mean by high liquidity? High liquidity means the volume in that zone. Now you can see that this is an if you look at the chart, you'll see only some candlestick patterns indicators, but on the other side there's something else, right? There's order flow on the other side that you can't see. But that, imagine that there is a tree which is moving, but you can't see why it is moving, but you can feel that there is a wind that is causing that tree to be moving, which is the unseen part of nature, isn't it? Only you can see from the movement of the tree. Similarly, if you look at the chart, that you can see that you can't see the liquidity, but you can see how the candlestick pattern form. That can give us a potential understanding about potential flow of the liquidity. So if we look at this is what I use to understand. For example, this is the 1-minute chart. Here there's a liquidity flow potentially, and we have seen there is in fact a potential bounce. Now it's coming for a pullback. I didn't expect that drop, but I want to hold it that way to see to take us to the TP. There might be now deeper pullback. Come on. So will we be taking how many pip here? We don't want to see that. It's just this candle. I would like to see that closed above, but this is the 1 minute. The trend is stronger. Would like to see that it's if the market again from here, this is the 1 minute chart on XAUUSD, expecting it to create a new higher high. So if it breaks above and then create a new higher high, then we will be moving the stop loss here, because this narrow doji formed above our entry. Maybe different for you a little bit, but it will make this trade risk free, and we will be running it for the TP hit or anything to the downside or upside. So with that in mind, we can see the market basically moving in our favor so far, expecting it to give us some TP hit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, guys, here, see there's a 30-minute candle closed. I will be taking 30% profit off, and then that means that if it is one lot, then we'll be closing 0.3 lot only, so 2/3 will still be running, and we'll be waiting for the full TP hit to the upside at the moment. So and then moving the stop loss at entry. Though it is moving, so so we've closed 30% of the position. Let the rest be running. I still didn't move the stop loss at entry, but it's up to you how you want to manage. But I because I took a very smaller risk, so I'm not worried about if the market reverse. But it is always a good idea to keep the position smaller in case if it is a big, or moving the stop loss at entry to protect the capital. That's the best way to do. Thank you, guys. There's a 5 minutes also bullish candle formation. Expecting it to reverse to the upside. Also, there will be later today, there will be news coming up. So we will be covering that dollar news as well. If you guys passionate about, make sure you don't miss out that that live as well. We see some improvement here in that area. Okay, fully nearly there. I would prefer to take the TP fully. I'm taking the TP, so I have closed the full profit. The reason I closed is you can see it's nearing that and getting a rejection. There is a resistance here, so you don't want to take that loss anymore. So we are in this one around together 25 pip most likely. So yeah, let's wait for another opportunity. We'll be back just in a matter of take a break for 1 minute, coming back. Okay, back. You're back on that. So basically, the market, we have seen that from that level there is a rejection, but we are out of the trade. And let's find out what we can expect next. You can see a couple of pairs currently in trend. Euro dollar is another instrument that might give a better trading opportunity later today, as there is a dollar news coming, which is an important news coming on dollar. And back to back two dodgy formation also on euro dollar in that area on the 1 hour. And we can see that after breaking this high, the price basically had a rejection from this level. And with that said, if you guys look at it, you can see there is a triple top formation, and there might be a potential downside here. This is what I'm expecting on euro dollar, for the market to drop to the support to create a new lower low. See that where it is heading. This is the 5 minutes, a long bearish engulfer here. Pretty strong bearish engulfer on the 5 minutes. And this is you can see here a red candle, massive green, and again another red candle. So basically a very strong bearish price action on euro dollar. And because the long term trend is down, we might see that the price is dropping in that direction. We might see a potential trend continuation here. Okay, so here after grabbing multiple liquidity, the market now bouncing back to the upside. We might see that potentially the price is heading or breaking below based on the price action confirmation. But I think that the major trend is up, so you might see that continuation pattern. We are out on the trade with some profit in it. And at the moment, if we look at the 15 minutes, we can see that with that liquidity flow here, we can see the market basically forming a bullish market structure. We could see that it's trending in that direction. So after the 4-hour doji, we see the market managed to bounce. Therefore, we can see that this is the 1 minute chart. This break from the 1 minute, it was a, it was a another liquidity grab. That's because the market breaks in that way. We may see that this market is, continuing with an uptrend, creating a series of higher high and higher low. So which we might see eventually trending in that direction with a stronger momentum. At the moment, the way we see that it's in an uptrend. If it's in an uptrend, we will be looking to see how the price probably might be reacting in that area. Yeah, this is the 1 minute candlestick pattern trying to form another potentially bullish. There might be liquidity, yeah. So it's still not the candle close. It's not closing as a strong bull candle. Okay, here is the doji. And in the meantime, we can see it's forming a smaller candle with a potential liquidity flow in that area. So you can see that also liquidity flow in that area. So which potentially might that propel. So there's one here, there's one here. Both of them might give them stronger momentum. The way the market structure is forming, it may remain bullish, I think. Okay, so we might see that it's remaining bullish for long-term perspective. Looking at euro dollar, which is basically euro dollar downtrend, strongly downtrend, and ultimately we may see that potentially we could see break of this support here on euro dollar. The way the trend is, it's a very strongly downtrend. And when I market in a trend, especially when you see that it's in a downtrend, strongly downtrend, the best way is to trade with the trend, right? So trade with the trend. Always all my strategy that I use, we can see on XAUUSD as well. Trend. So all the strategy that I use is based on the trend. Trend is the most important part in all my trading decision that I take, because when you trade based on the trend, you have always a better opportunity to stay with the edge, which is absolutely important to see. Here we can see quite a few smaller candle formation, and with those smaller candle, expecting on euro dollar for the market to drop down and then to create a new lower low to see how the market might be doing. Looking at XAUUSD, we can see that as we mentioned here, we see a couple of long doji. Here the market trend is up, and as there will be another session coming, I hope that you guys enjoyed this live session, and I would highly recommend to stick for the next live as well. There will be um, a very important news coming, and we'll be covering that. Should have some better opportunity in that market as well. So with that being said, thank you for joining the live session. And if I haven't replayed any, yes, I'm on it. Good morning, Win. Yeah, good job, thank you. uh, so when you say trade with the trend, my question is which time frame to use, also which market. For something it's not that clear. Okay, Jacuz, it's a bit of a matter of discussion. I will be clarifying in the next live, so make sure you stick till the end of the next one as well. So this one you have covered. In the next live, I will be explaining more in that space how you can explain the market structure and how you can understand time frame, what time frame to consider when you are looking at the trend. So with that being said, thank you very much for joining the live session. I'll see you again very soon, trading live together.